what did she see in you? Like, is that a relationship that you actively went out and you were trying to get sponsorships, or did she approach you? Like, how did that relationship form?
I think she just saw some potential. And then as far as like, I think she had seen a lot of kids from my area grow up with some potential. And then, like we all do, we see kids going down the wrong path and they become burnt out or get into drugs, or they start hanging out with a bunch of scrubby kids and just doing stupid stuff. And that just leads, like we all know where that leads. Those kids start going, keep on that bad path. And, they crash and burn. She didn't want to see that happen to me. And I was showing a lot of potential in the surfing thing. And so she really wanted to support me and not see me go down that bad road. And so I was super grateful, and I'm still friends with her today. And it's, I feel like you don't need that many mentors in life. You could just even be one, but in those moments where, you may not be making the best decisions, it's your real friends, the people who really care about you, who are going to step up and actually keep you in check.
Yeah, I mean, mentorship is weird because a lot of the guys that listen to the podcast will ask me questions like, "How do you find a mentor?" And they think it's this kind of strange one-on-one Obi-Wan Kenobi
Yeah.
type relation, and it's like real formal. And I haven't found it to be that. I have mentors come and go, and sometimes they're there for a couple of weeks, or sometimes somebody just says something. Like maybe you say something in this podcast, and I'm like, yeah, man, and that sticks with me for the rest of my life. And other
Yeah.
times it's a longer relationship. But I just think we're like, when it comes to mentorship, we're trying to fit this like our idea or our notion of it, and it limits us to just these random interactions that we might have with people that could radically change our lives.
Yeah. And like for some people, like Joe Rogan is their mentor.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right, for
Like,
sure.
and they've never met Joe. But you know, they, you know, they, it's, it can be anything, right? It can be just something in your life that just makes a lot of sense to you and like talk some sense into you, even if you don't even know that person personally. Um, I feel like that's what, I mean, podcasts are so good in that way. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts all the time, but I feel like mentorship, for some kids, they don't even have access to it. There's a lot of kids they literally don't know a single adult that they really, really look up to. I mean, there's kids out there for sure like that. I was really lucky in that I did have adults. My mother was an amazing role model. She had tons of discipline. She was a really hard worker, incredibly smart, and just really hardworking. And so I had a great example in my own home. And so she was not only my mom, she was definitely a mentor in my life.